Alright, chat, we're just gonna wait a few seconds, so if you want to go get something to drink, go get some snacks, you can go do that. Oof. I'm gonna actually get a drink, chat, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, chat, I am back. So, I will say this: there might be some noises in the background. This is not the usual time that I stream. Usually, I stream later in the night. Unfortunately, I can't do that because I have to work early tomorrow. This weekend, I have to work morning shifts, which is no bueno. I don't believe in the AM. I'm strongly against it. No one should have to wake up early to work. But anyway, chat, welcome back. My name is Dreads of Breads, and this is the World's Championships of Warhammer. This is the preview that they're doing. We saw some really beautiful models for the Kriegs, Death Corps, and then we saw some newish models, or newish older models for Old World, and now we're going into Death Watch. So everybody who's joining in, I usually have to mute these videos so I don't get copyright ID claimed, and I do make jokes every now and again, and I did have somebody get so upsetty spaghetti with me that they made a burner account just to try to one guy me from stop from doing these. But as you can see, I'm still doing them. I just have to wait till this stuff comes out. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what the Death Watch has to offer. This is a very nice model looking here. Got him and his... Ooh, got some vehicles. Very nice. What is going on here? Legendary vehicles, now in plastic. The Malodor in Furnace. Very, very nice. It's very cool. Valodor Tank Destroyer. Awesome. The Avarice Lighter. Very cool. Weapon Walkers. Alright. I thought this was supposed to be Death Watch, but it's not. It's Horus Heresy. Dredo. Oh, okay. So this is stuff that we've had before. It's just legends now in plastic. This was all stuff that was in resin before. I don't know why I thought this was Death Watch at first. I think it was because of the flyer. So that's my bad. But this is Horus Heresy. Very nice. Very, very nice. I wish they would release some more stuff for my Night Lord buddies.
Lighter returns, the little pig that could fly.
What a great kit, and beloved by Horus Heresy fans all over. Wonderful to see. Actually available in plastic now, which is really cool for the first time in this scale. Why is it so beloved, Alex?
So typically when the army wants to deploy something, they've got these massive landers. However, if you just want to bring, some bullets, some fuel, a squad, the Arvis Lighter is basically the workhorse of the Divisio Aeronautica.
I remember using them in Aeronautica Imperialis quite a lot, and they're great in that too, but it's nice to see them here. They are a cheap transport flyer for your armies of heresy. They can transport 12 Solar Auxilia models, and they can move 20 inches, which is fast. So ideal for a combat squad or a command unit, or to get a special unit out of combat as soon as they need to. It's just great to see. What's nice as well is the new model's got this chap in the back, modelled to be firing a huge laser cannon out the back as well.
Pew, pew, pew. He's modelled directly in there, so he's hanging out. It's a lovely little bit of character to the model.
It's really nice, and also I'm told that there'll be rules for that on the way soon as well, which is cool too.
Very nice.
Great to have that in the game.
I think it'd be funny if you had an option of a guy, maybe different weapons for the back, but also have one like maybe he's been shot and he's like kind of falling out, and so you could have him like suspended and the guy kind of like falling out of the spaceship, and he just right before he splats.
But that's on to another couple of tanks. Always fun for Heresy. This is the Valdor Tank Destroyer. That might be one of the biggest guns I've ever seen. Tell me more about this thing.
So these are based on the Malkador frame, named for the Sigillite.
So I believe we just got these too. It's kind of weird that these are going in the Legends, but...
and this is an older variant of tank, which eventually will be replaced by the Lehman Russ, because it's a little bit less reliable. However, it's bigger, thicker armor. At this point in time, it's got a lot more variants. And this Tank Hunter one basically has a neutron beam weapon on the front of it. And these are basically replicas of a Dark Age relic. So they're incredibly powerful. And in order to power it, they've in fact had to remove the front sponson to fit in more power generation.
It's just a giant battery in the back, is it? That big gun. I love the fact that the heresy weapons are called things like a neutron beam laser. It just does what it says on the tin. It's a devastating weapon. It's strength 10, concussive 3, AP 1, and the whole tank is armor 13 all round. So it's pretty
very
tough
nice.
too. Don't get into a tank like one of these, you're going to lose. Also on the Malkador frame is the Malkador Infernus, and this one maybe has a different speciality.
Yeah, so we've gone from
burns everything
to heavily anti-infantry. infantry. It's got a massive flame weapon on the front. The carriage on the back contains a mixture or a series of fuels that have yet to be mixed that are pumped just behind the turret.
That's probably
And,
sweet spot.
I was under the impression that maybe this was an element of safety.
Almost certainly not. It's going to be sort of saving fuel, isn't it? That's going to be the way to do it. Yeah, it's not about safety at all. I love the fact it's got extra flamers on the sponsons just in case there's anything nearby enough that didn't get burned by the big cannon. This huge Infernus cannon that it's carrying uses the Hellstorm template.
So if you're wondering what these little things are, because I used to wonder what these things were on the older Dreadnought models, these are like little grenade launchers.
That gigantic, the old Apocalypse template, that thing is like 18 inches long, and it's strength 8, this flamer, so yeah, it just burns infantry alive. Don't get near it. So up next, we've also got the new Doridio Dreadnought. This is the Boreas configuration. It's even more Covenant guns than any other Doridio Dreadnought has been before.
That's it. So basically, the Doridio is a stable flop firing platform. It was developed around the same time as the Contemptor, so it shares some of the features. And early on in the Heresy, it was, not necessarily in great use. But when you're facing Legiones Astartes and you need to bring as much firepower as possible, it became very popular.
It's just a wonderful looking kit. It's
got so much death
guns,
built into it.
Big ones too. The Boreas configuration has these air defense missiles on top. It can carry 4 of them. They have a Skyfire rule that just shoots things out of the sky. It can also have the choice of carrying the Volt-type Falconets, which have the Deflagrate rule, or the Arrakis Heavy Las Cannon Battery, which just blows tanks away. So really, really big guns on a really tough toughness 7 2+ save walking platform. It's just great. Really great. Get one of those in your force.
Comes alongside 2 weapons kits.
Of course.
So if you've already got a Doridio Dreadnought and you want to upgrade it to the Boreas configuration, there's a kit for that. And if you've got one of these and you want to convert it back, there's another one.
That's great. That means you can have real versatility in your modelling kits, and you can really take to battle the one you want to use.
Well, that's going to cost an arm and a leg, chat.
Fantastic. Right, let's move from the Horus heresy, and now we're moving to the Mortal Realms.
Alrighty, well that was going to be a little short VOD. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, those are some really cool models, but Horus Heresy stuff tends to be super duper expensive. I wish they would just give you the parts in the model kit instead of you having to buy the weapons expansion parts. I don't like that. I think that's kind of lame, but I understand why they're doing it, but still no bueno on my part. And to the people over on YouTube, I will see you later, but to the people on Twitch, don't go anywhere.